Yo, people, welcome back to The Fix, brought to you by Night The Fix here on News Talk 93 FM. Fix comes to you courtesy of A Bar, Restaurant and Lounge. A Bar, more than just a bar. Alright, it's your boy Nara here with Ari. Big up DJ Burns. Big up on our productions. Right now, I have a very special guest in the building. Kimberly Mais.
Correct.
Yes, that's Niko Chromatic's
spouse.
I'm giving you the wife title today.
Right? So she's here to talk about a very important event for Niko Chromatic. If people don't know, he's been in and out of surgery.
In and out of the hospital.
Yeah.
And yes, he has done minor surgeries.
So, all right. So, it's Dancehall For A Cause, and it's for Niko Chromatic, and he's suffering from EDS. You said
ESRD, which is
ESRD.
also known as end-stage renal disease.
Mm-hmm.
What I can tell Jamaicans, drink a lot of water and do not drink too much alcohol. There are so many things that can cause it, but I mean, you have persons who are born with it. There's a little boy where he dialyzes by UA. I don't think he's 9.
Mhm.
And every time I see him, he's not on the same shift as Niko, so thank you, Jesus. But every time I see him, tears come to my eyes because, a lot of the times we take for granted the fact that we're healthy and we wake up every morning and we're able to go about our daily lives. However, you have persons who basically live in the hospital.
Right.
So, I mean, we need to just, take care of our health and the males, because Niko started having signs of not being well before he actually, went to the hospital. When he went there, it was already too late. But I realize it's where the males don't like taking tablets.
What were some of the signs?
He had lower back pains. But he also had an accident when he was younger, which included, or he actually had a blow to the back. So he figured that it was a result of something of that.
Yeah.
So he didn't go to the hospital until, he started to actually swell up. And when it is that he got swollen, even then, he was doing little remedies before, we said, no, this is too much and it's happening too often. So you now need to go to the doctor. When he went to the doctor, which is a private doctor, she said to him, listen, you need to go to the hospital right now. This is a referral. And I'm not sure how she made it seem because I didn't go to the doctor with him at the time. I think I was at work or something. And, when I came home, he was home and he said, I have something to tell you. So I said, okay, go ahead. And then he said, here, and he showed me the referral and he said, I'm supposed to be at the hospital now. So I said, why are you not at the hospital now? And he was like, oh, well, if it's my last night, I want to spend it with my daughter. I want to spend it with the kids. And I was like, what? I was like, no, we're going now. And that is when, I took him. And they did all of the tests again and said, it's end stage. He had to put in a catheter, which they dialyzed him through. That was done almost immediately. And then we had to find, they dialyzed him throughout that period while he was still in the hospital. But once he came out, we had to find a private place. And believe me, at that point in time, if you have any savings at all, it's going to bring it all the way down. We tried our best to do, what we had to. And, you have to pay each time that you go. You can't have a bill. And we were doing that. And we realized, what, this is very costly. So, we tried to explore other avenues and stuff like that. After a while, of being on dialysis, over a year, he got onto UA's list, which is, it's still...
This is like this year he got on or last year?
2017.
Yeah, this
I'm
year.
thinking it's 2017 that he got. I'm
This
not
year.
sure.
Mhm.
But I believe it would have been early this year or late last year.
Okay.
So he got on and, that alleviated some of the stress. But, and then with them... No, let me retract that statement. I will not say what I was about to say.
Say it wrong. With who?
No. I'm just saying, okay. With them, it's not where you are sent home if it is that you don't pay.
Okay.
So it makes it that much more comfortable. They're more understanding. What we will do is to go ahead and pay at 20 here, 30 there, stuff like that. But believe me, it's going up 6,500 each time. You're doing it 2 to 3 times a week. When you pay that 20, it really just blows up. I mean, the bill is still increasing, and you're wondering
and there are
how
other
come.
medications that he has to get. He have to get like pills and
Yes, because what dialysis does, it basically takes from you, the machine takes the bad blood out, the toxins and everything, but along with the toxins that it takes out, your calcium goes, your this goes, your that goes. So you have to be on a lot of supplement tablets. You have to be on calcium. You have to be on, well, you drink Nepro, which is like Ensure, but it's for renal patients. That's what you call persons with kidney disease. And that per case, which lasts you for the month, is $100, 12,800 and something, which we try to, ensure he has and stuff like that. So believe me, I think that this is the most, correct me if I'm wrong, but the most expensive illness in the world. Believe me. It's not easy.
Imagine.
They started a GoFundMe campaign about 14 months ago. How far that region?
Okay, so we've basically, just closed the curtains on that in a sense. I mean, it's still up, but it has been dormant. No, it has not achieved the goal. It is currently at $23,110. From that as well, GoFundMe takes a percentage for, I guess, their services.
I didn't know
So,
this.
yes. So GoFundMe actually takes, I believe it's 6% out of the funds that comes to the account. So we don't even have that 23,110. So at this point,
they're waiting for them to reach the goal before they give the funds, or
oh no, the account was set up in my brother's name, who is overseas, and he's the best person to have it because he's not gonna touch it. I know that if it comes to Jamaica before the time, and these bills are racking up, I'm somebody who pays bills. Niko can tell you, I pay bills before it's due.
Yeah.
So it would be where we just be spending. So it's still in the US. It's not here yet. And I don't want it to come until it is that we have the rest of the funds, so we can just do one thing and be able to leave, do the surgery, and
So where is he on the list of getting a transplant?
No, he's not on a list.
No?
List would mean that they provide you with the kidney.
Okay.
He had to find his own. In Cuba, they do not, if you're not a resident or citizen, yes, if you're not a Cuban, they don't provide a kidney for you. You have to find it, as well as it has to be a family member. So I think because they don't want the whole black market thing where you pay for kidneys and stuff. So, and they're very strict in Cuba. So it has to be where it's a family member.
So no one has checked out yet if they match, or?
Well, it's in the process to be done at this point.
Okay. So he
doesn't
match.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Good.
So it is not where that part is even written in stone, I must say. However, it is very likely because the person is indeed, they don't want to be named as to who they are, but they're very, very close in relation to him. They don't want the highlights, and they don't want, because they're saying they're doing it for
him.
Yeah,
not to get no glory.
Right, so they don't want to be named.
All right, so you have this Dancehall For A Cause now. So this is really in the funds of getting the dialysis, to pay for the dialysis and all the meds.
It is for everything, and to pay you on the money. I want to pay you on the money. Don't think I don't want to pay you on the money. But yeah, it's really hard. It's really, really hard.
All right, so it is at this November the 18th at this month at Triple Century Car Park, and that's from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m.
And that's formerly St. Lucia Car Park.
Okay,
it's the same place right behind Burger King.
Okay, there. All right. So he said that all proceeds is in aid of Niko's surgery. So it's $1,000 pre-sold. I'm seeing
that is correct.
Like
you have
VIP,
it's $1,500 at the gate, and VIP is $3,000. yeah.
Okay.
How involved is Chromatic in the event?
They are in charge of
Music, because I see featuring Chromatic and Friends. biggest DJ and
Hallelujah.
artist.
I'm glad you can read. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Hallelujah. Amen.
So who are the sponsors? I see that you have a paper there to say the sponsors of the event and
Okay, so sponsors, we have True Juice, we have Sign Channel, who provided us with some billboards, some signs, or is in the process of doing that. KSAC, thank you very much. Also Triple Century, RD's Studio, Terrace Bar and Grill, Clear Sound. We're also in talks with prospective persons, but they have not pledged as to what they will be doing just yet. Also, I'm imploring for other corporate or other persons who are able to sponsor the event, seeing as, I mean, an event costs money. And it is where we're trying to make money. So the less we have to actually spend, the better it is for us. So, you know, if you want to come on board, I mean, you can always find myself on social media. I know this is not usually something that happens, but every now and again, I'll check Niko's social media as well. So it's at Niko Chromatic. And it's at Spoogymatic, and that is SPOOGYMATIC. So you could go ahead and contact any of us once it is that you'd like to do your part in saving a life.
As you should.
It just seemed like they're involved in the first initial push, and we don't really see none from them again.
From them who? Oh, well, I mean, Chromatic is making money. They're, you know, doing their thing, and at the end of the day, they do. I guess they'll do what they have to, because they are in charge of
the music,
and who is going to go on and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you know, they're doing their thing, so I leave them up to it.
And we are definitely hoping and praying and believing that Niko will come out of it on the better end, on the other side of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll come out.
Well, to me, I mean, that goes without saying. He's He's a very, very, he has a heart of gold.
How is he now? Like, is he in spirits, good spirits? Is he faithful? How is he now?
All right.
His
Headspace, I mean, coming from where he's coming from and then becoming ill, not being able to go out and stuff like that, still seeing, because he still, you know, is on social media every now and again checking. I mean, a lot of the times he's not in the highest of spirits. The family tries their best to ensure that, you know, we kind of try to lift his spirits every now and again. You know, I'll pull him out of the house because he'll be in there moping, no, him don't want people to see him like this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, listen to me. People not even going to recognize is you. Come here, black coolie man. And I just pull him, you know? So, I mean, stuff like that. Yeah. I'll do stuff like that and try to kind of keep his spirits high, because if you don't, sometimes it's not the illness that kills you. It's really the depression that comes with it and the fact that you're unable to cope. So I'm trying to do my best to ensure that he copes. The kids are doing their best. I mean, Nika don't leave his side at all. As soon as she comes home, she tell him about her entire day and, you know, stuff like that. So I guess,
and
the
kids know what's happening and they're not left in the dark. Yeah.
Oh, yes. All right. They are brilliant. They're honor roll students. So they're aware of what is happening pretty much. I don't hide it from them because, I mean, the worst thing is to actually cushion them from it, and God forbid, you know, anything happens. But when he's in the hospital, I take them, you know, and I will say, you know, and they'll see him in that state. So it kind of, you know, and even for life itself, it makes them know that they can't take anything for granted. You know, Nika has to do her checks because it could be hereditary and stuff like that. So it's really just preparing them for anything.
What was the support been from like his closest friends?
Okay, so I mean, I have persons. Bugle is our own Biggie, which is now the big one, I believe. I mean, Corey from Daseka, David from Daseka. We have persons who are friends from way back, and I mean, they do what they have to do to assist us in whatever way possible. and stuff like that. And I really, really, really appreciate it. Even the moral support, you know, Biggie will always be there, come and look for him, Curry the same thing. And, you know, they'll call to check up, you know, how did this go today? Because his surgery that he just did the other day to put in a fistula, it didn't work. So thank you guys for the prayers and everything, but it didn't work. So he now has a second failed fistula. So he still has to keep in a catheter, which is prone to infections and stuff. So I just need this to be over with, you know, to get the catheter out, to have him go back to his daily life. Because, I mean, it's not easy. The hospital visits, the this, the that, the checkups, it's crazy. It's very crazy.
Can you imagine the stress?
I funny you don't mention nobody from Chromatic.
Oh, big up Heavy D.
No.
And so, all right. So again, it's Dancehall For A Cause. It's November 18th this month. When does that start there?
Yes, it's Saturday.
I'm at Triple Century Car Park, New Kingston from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. And all proceeds is in aid of Niko's surgery. So get it. It's 1,000 pre-sold, 1,500 at the gate, and 3,000 VIP. And the ticket outlets are As You Wish events. It's near the National Stadium. And if you see the flyer circulating on social media, it actually has a number you can call for the directions. Terrace Bar and Grill, we know that's in Half-a-Tree. Usain Bolt Tracks and Records, Genius Pharmacy Portmore, Triple Century. And for those who are even in the US and you don't plan to come, but you want to actually be a part of, or you want to purchase some tickets, it is firstinlineja.com. That's firstinlineja.com. And they have waived the purchasing fee. So you'll just be purchasing the ticket. You won't have a fee from the site itself. Okay.
So big up to firstinlineja.com as well. Thank you guys.
Kimberly, you're a strong woman.
You are.
You are.
I try to be.
Yeah.
And I feed off Niko's energy. Thanks, babes.
All right.
All right,
So guys, get the tickets, support Niko, support the event, and help him, you know, kidney. Because just the other day, Vibes started going something for blood infection. I know that affect the kidney.
And so I believe there was a
crazy.
Mundo Ravers also had renal failure as well. And he died from it, you know. And Ding Dong actually was doing something in the process, you know, to raise the funds, but it never came in time. I'm just praying to God, keeping my fingers, toes, everything crossed that does not happen. Because, I mean, it's been a while. And the machine actually makes you very, very, very weak. When he comes off the machine, he sleeps for the entire day. It's not until the next day that he is actually able to actually, you know, do stuff. Yeah. So, I mean, guys, please support, try to assist sponsors. Please get in contact with us. I'm begging you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
So that was Kimberly Mais. Again, guys, November the 18th. Triple Century Car Park, $1,000 pre-sold, 15 at the gate, 3,000 VIP. Get your tickets and support this worthy cause. All proceeds is in aid of
And thank you guys for having me. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, man, we just all we can do to help.
All right, people. It's Kimberly Mais. It's the fix.